Juli, can you read again the first paragraph and then tell me? I guess that these are the only two phrasal verbs.
Okay. Sophia is 26 years old, juggling a part-time job, online classes, and a thesis that she kept putting off for months. Every week she promised herself she would stick to a steady routine, but life always got in the way.
Very good. And we said that juggle was what?
Like doing a lot of things at the same time.
Yes, trying to do a lot of things.
Trying.
Very good. And you said the phrasals putting off, that is to postpone, and stick to. Is there any other phrasal there?
No, but there is got it in the way. Um, Maybe it's like an idiom or yeah, I looked for that one too.
We
It's
usually say,
like maybe like interpose something or something interpose.
yeah, something in the middle, like we use a phrase in this case, life always got in the way. No, I don't remember the phrase. Yeah, something that is like in the middle of a situation. Mhm. Can you read the other one?
Yes. Money was tight, so she tried to cut down on eating out, yet somehow she still managed to nearly max out the credit card, buying textbooks, software, and coffee. Way too much coffee. Meanwhile, assignments continued to pile up, and her anxiety would flare up whenever she opened her laptop.
Her anxiety.
Anxiety.
Or anxiety.
And well, first I highlight, I don't know if it's cut down or to cut down.
Cut down. Cut down on.
Cut down on. Like it's like to reduce something, try to less use something.
Yes. Obstacles, cut down on, reduce the amount. You can cut down on chocolate. You can cut down, for example, with my anxiety, I have to cut down on mates,
Yeah.
coffee. But you can use it in a variety of situations. Reduce the amount of something. Very good.
Then max out. I never heard that one. It's like using something maybe a lot at big scale.
Yes, overload something. In this case, the credit card.
Then to pile up. That is like put a lot of things under more things, like a
Yes.
pill.
Mm-hmm. A pile of something.
Do I do it?
Then flare up. That is like when you explode emotionally.
Yes. I imagine like the red The red character from the movie Inside Out.
Yes.
That is like the specific representation of flare up. I don't remember
Yeah.
its name. Furia. Bah, in Spanish, furia. Anger in English. Let's see if this one. This one is the accurate representation of that. Nice to flare up. Excellent. And morning money will start. She tried. Way too much coffee. Excellent. Yeah, those are all the phrasal verbs in that paragraph. Let's see the other one.
Her supervisor kept pushing
Supervisor.
supervisor kept pushing for progress, which stressed her even more. At one point, he even pointed out every small mistake she made in her draft. She knew he meant well, but she wished he'd back off a little. The first is point out.
There is another one before that one.
Maybe kept pushing.
Mm-hmm. Push.
Mm, push push out. No.
The other one that is there.
Push for.
Mm-hmm. You push for something. In this case, she kept pushing for progress. No, sorry, her supervisor.
Then I highlight meant well because I never heard that word, and it's like when somebody has like good in I don't know if good intentions is okay, but in Spanish it's like good intentions, not meant well.
Yes. Good intentions is an accurate representation of that. It's not a
Mm,
phrase, it's like, I mean, she acted in that way. He
yes.
acted in that way.
And then back off.
Back off a little. Yes. What is to back
Mm,
off?
like maybe to stop doing something or do it less.
Mm-hmm. Do
Those are
less
the
of them.
yes, the confusing ones because there are a lot of phrasal verbs with back. So
Yes. Or with off. You
yeah.
cut off, you call off, you push. No, it's not push off. No, that one doesn't exist. Back off. Well, a lot of phrasals with off. Do less of something. We usually say like, leave me alone, like back off a little,
Mm.
like I can't stand any more of this energy. Leave more space, give more space.
Or don't like put so much pressure on me, maybe.
That one, I like that one. Don't put so much pressure on me. Point out.
Like with the finger
Yes,
to point
like,
out.
yes, exactly. This is what it means. Push for.
Push for it's like maybe when somebody inspire you to do something like I'll keep going or you're doing it good or well.
Yeah, can be a friend of keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more related to achieve a goal,
Mm. And
to put pressure
you
to achieve a goal.
you don't use that like for physically push somebody.
No.
That's only push.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This is related to the, yeah, not the action itself, but I mean, you pursue a goal, pursue a dream, a task.
Mm.
For example, you can say, I'm going to push for to have the best marks this 2026 in their career. And
Yeah.
you push for that, you put a lot of energy, that is your goal. But yeah, we talk about this topic. It is not a goal when you are at university.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's see the other one.
Then one Friday, everything seemed to start her off. Her booze never arrived. She had to drop off her laptop for repairs, and it all, to top it all, to top it all off, her group project partners kept showing off on the group chat instead of actually helping. By the afternoon, her stress had spiraled out of control. She briefly thought about calling off the semester all altogether. The first one is to set off.
Hmm. This one was in the document to write stories.
Mm, yes. And in this context, it's like everything is bad, or maybe everything exploded. Maybe.
Yeah, like things started to happen. And in this
Uh,
case, bad things. And in other contexts, is to begin a journey.
uh,
But in
so
this context, bad things started to happen.
so it's when you say like maybe maybe when in Spanish we say ese día fue cuando ocurrió todo.
And then we start like,
Yeah, saying
yeah.
bad things.
Yeah.
Okay, then drop off. That one is like left. Yeah, leave some.
Leave somewhere or something. In this case, something. For example, how do you say the taxi to me bajo acá?
Uh, um,
There is
with drop, I can just drop,
grab.
like drop off.
Ah, yeah, drop.
Um, drop me there.
Yeah, drop me there.
Oh,
There was one TikTok, I don't know if you saw it, that a guy is trying to tell the driver like to stop the car and like drop him off at that place. And he was like, "You stop car, you meet there," because he needed this phrase of that, like, drop me off in this place,
yes.
drop
I,
me
I,
off in this location.
I would have said, leave me.
Leave me here. Leave me alone.
But I think that one sounds like rude, like leave me
Yeah,
alone.
it lacks of context. It
Yes.
seems to be informal, but you need more information if you say leave me here. Like what happened? Yep. Now you know that is to drop.
Drop.
You drop something off or you drop someone off when you're driving.
Okay. Then showing off. Um, I look for that one and I found that it's like presumir,
Yes. Hmm. Like to do a lot of talking
but
and no
do
action.
nothing.
Hmm.
Yes. And
A picture, but no. None of these are a good interpretation of that. Presumir, show off. Well,
I found too like
mhm,
fanfarronear.
yes. But in English, I guess that the only way of saying that is to say show off. Let
Hmm.
me see if there is a synonym. Yeah, show off, presume. Mm, I thought that that was an invention. Presume. Suppose that something is the case. Be arrogant. That one. Presume or be arrogant.
Arrogant, yes. Then I think this one is like an idiom is spiral out of control.
Hmm. Yeah, but the phrase is an idiom with a phrasal. The phrasal is spiral out.
Spiral out. That is when everything is not like you wanted, maybe.
Things go out of control. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe when you realize that now there is not like a turning point.
Yes. No turning back.
Then calling off,
Very good. Call off. What is to call off?
like to cancel.
Hmm. Before we said that put off is to postpone, but if you cancel everything, you must use call off. You can call off a meeting, you can call off, I don't know. I only imagine my world is about classes, like classes all the time. But what else can you call off? You can call off on a trip,
Yes.
something that you were planning. Nice. Let's see the other one.
Instead, she decided to take a breath and deal with things one by one. She took a weekend off to rest, unplugged, and cut off all notifications. On Monday morning, she powered up her laptop with a fresh mindset and sat down to plan. Mm, I was thinking about take a breath. I don't know if it's a phrase or player.
Nope.
No. Mm, cut off.
Yes, cut off. Well,
Uh,
it depends on the type of English. Sometimes they say could. Where is it? Ah, here.
I highlight unplug because I always thought that the word plug was used with, to unplug the computer, not like to unplug your mind from the routine, for example, as in this case.
Yes, desconectar.
Yes,
There is another version more related to the mind that is also unwind.
unwind.
Mhm. Yeah, they use unplug also in this way, but maybe the most common is to say unwind.
Unwind. Then power it up, that it's like turn on.
Yes. There is another one before cut off.
Mm, uh, took a weekend off.
Mhm.
Like rest.
Yes, exactly.
And then I think the last one is sat down.
That is the most. That is one of the first phrasal verbs that we learn. Like
Yes,
sit down at school.
at the school. Yes, sit down, please.
Yes, excellent. Let's see the other one.
She wrote her tasks on paper and zeroed in on what mattered. Little by little, the pressure began to ease off. She fixed her draft, and slowly things began to roll out smoothly. Um, the first one is zeroed in.
Hmm.
Zero in. It's like I love that one. It's like to focus on something.
Yes. Turn everything else off and focus on a specific task.
Yeah. Then ease off.
Hmm.
That is like to calm down, maybe.
Yeah, it's a synonym. Or things start to like soften.
Yeah. Then roll out.
Hmm.
And that one is like when things start to just like happen, like with no force.
Yeah, things start to be solved.
Or to fluir,
Things start to flow.
flow. Yeah.
Mhm. That is like a clear representation rollout. Like I imagine things like rolling and being like a thread. I imagine
Yeah.
something like that. Very good. The last one, let's make it one paragraph.
Okay. It wasn't instant, but over the next few weeks, she began to bounce back. Her new habits finally started to pay off, and she even managed to get off to a strong start on her thesis conclusion. By the end of the semester, Sophia submitted everything on time. Exhausted, yes, but proud. For the first time in a long while, she felt in control of her life again.
Excellent.
Um, to bounce back,
Bounce back.
bounce back. That's like when you recover
Mm-hmm.
of something.
Yeah.
Then to pay off. And that one is like when we say in Spanish that dar frutos.
Bien, very good. That is the very accurate phrase that we use. Let me find some fruits. Like that. Mm. Ay. I don't know what emoji was that one. Payoff.
Then to get off.
Mm-hmm. And she even managed to get off to a strong start on her thesis.
I was thinking about if that one is like comenzar cuando comenzas con el pie derecho, te levantas con el pie derecho.
And she even managed to get off to a strong start. Yeah, that is the meaning of the whole phrase. Get off. Get off to a strong start. Claro, comenzás con el pie derecho, but the representation of this phrasal here is like to be free of everything that was negative.
Ah,
Like she got rid of everything that was like a heavy burden. In this case, remember that the phrasal verbs can have many meanings.
yeah.
In this case, is to get rid of the burden. In this case, the burden of life.
Mm, I think there
Yeah,
is
those
no more.
no more phrases. Very good. Remember thesis, long E.
Thesis.
Very good. So you found 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, more than 20 I wrote. Excellent. So, well, I mean, with only this practice, maybe you won't remember every single phrasal verb that is here. That's why I added the reading comprehension part. And have you written down the phrasal verbs somewhere?
On the answers?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So if you have a list of these phrasals, that is better. I want
Okay.
you to include them in your answers.
Okay.
So in this case, the first question, what were the main factors that caused Sophia's stress to spiral out of control? And how did each one contribute to her feeling overwhelmed?
Mm, the main factors that caused Sophia's stress to spiral out of control were first the shortage of money, the the pile of assignments, the pressure her supervisor put on her, and the fact of having to work on a part-time job and attend to classes at the same time. But I think that the main factor was the constant thought that she couldn't end or keep going with her thesis. I think you're mute.
Yeah, I said, yeah, a lot of things that were happening at the same time.
Yes.
Like she couldn't, here we have another one. She couldn't cope with everything.
Cool.
Have you seen this one?
Yes. Like she couldn't just be with all that.
Very good. Deal with. Oh, two phrasal verbs being one, having like the same meaning.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, what about you? Have you ever felt that several small problems piled up at the same time, and what happened?
Yes. Once I had to give an oral presentation at school. So that morning day when I had to go to school, my father's car broke down. I tried to calm down and call a taxi, but the taxi driver told me he was like 15 minutes late. When finally I get to school, I was setting up my things for the oral presentation, but the school internet didn't work, so I couldn't open the Canva presentation because I don't know why I did the slides on Canva. So all that pressure of all that and the pressure of my classmates look like made me to spiral out of control.
My goodness. And what do you do?
No, like the professor understood like the situation and that without the internet, like I couldn't give the oral presentation. So he was like, okay, don't worry, tomorrow.
Well, lucky. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know why the Wi-Fi like stops working when you are at the institute and you have to give like a presentation
yeah,
because it happened to me the whole time that I needed to charge my phone with credit. I don't know if you can say it like that, then we are going to find out. But I always had to charge my phone because the Wi-Fi there was horrible. And if I didn't have to give a presentation, the Wi-Fi worked like better than and it was like, what's happening? It was weird. Excellent. You used a lot of phrasal verbs and even some others that we saw before.
yeah.
Very good. Let's see number two. How did Sophia's attitude and strategy change after she took the weekend off? And what actions helped her bounce back?
She took a relaxed attitude and took a break from all those tasks and worries, which made her on the following week came back with a fresh mindset and new energy to complete her tasks and her thesis. And like I would like to highlight like the strategy of zeroed in only the tasks that really matters, because sometimes we have like a lot to do and we keep adding to that list like things that come to our minds that are not really necessary in that moment, and we could better do it after. So focus on the main task. It's like a really good strategy.
Yeah. That is a reminder that I must do to myself every day because I'm the one that adds, like, oh, I have this idea, then I have another idea, then another one. I need
And
some.
then I do nothing.
Yes. Or I do one thing and let the others aside, and it's no, it's horrible. On your experience, what's one strategy that helps you reset or unwind when everything gets too heavy?
When everything gets too heavy, first I schedule every task so my mind is clear and I'm not like overthinking what I have to do. And then I try to think that I can with everything. And if I focus on my tasks and postpone my hobbies or free time activities, I will achieve everything I set my mind to.
Yeah, but sometimes you need that free time.
Yeah, like Sophia.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Here, you could have used zeroing. You try to clear your schedule
Yeah.
and zero in on the things that matter the most. Very good. Let's see number 3. In what ways did external pressure affect Sophia's decisions, and where did she finally draw a boundary?
Um, the external pressure affects Sophia's decisions in a way that she was like blocked and couldn't move on with her thesis. And I think she finally draw a boundary the day like everything collapsed.
Yeah. Mhm. Do you find it hard to back off from commitments or cut things off when they drain you? Why? Why not?
Yes. I find it hard and I finally like put a stop, but when I flare up or when I realize that the routine or that thing is affecting like my mental health or something, like I realize a little bit late, but I realize.
Yes. Oh, it happens. I don't know why these, like drawing boundaries, sometimes it's like really hard. I
Yeah.
mean, if you apply the theory, it's like, well, you need to stop doing the things that are not good for you. But then in real life, it's like a very difficult task.
Yes.
Let's see the last one. What do you think payoff means in the context of Sophia's story? And how did her efforts eventually pay off by the end of the semester?
mm, I think that means that everything she's been doing or working in for a long time finally like begins to give good results, or maybe causing like a satisfaction in her, because despite everything she's been through, at the end she got what she wanted.
Yeah. And I guess that writing a thesis, it's like, it takes you a lot of time.
Yes.
Do you have to write a thesis for your career?
I think no.
No, I didn't have to, but some people, well, if you study like a degree in English, that I that is another goal that I have. I was watching the schedules for the licenciatura. I need to do it this year. But yes, And there I have to write a thesis. But for to be a teacher, you don't have to write a thesis.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you remember a time when consistency finally paid off for you, even if progress was slow?
Yes, like with my English learning experience, because
Yeah.
at the beginning I was so frustrated because I wanted to see the results like instantly. But then I learned that everything involves a process and a lot of time, in which if we want things pay off, we need like consistency.
Yeah. In languages is like you see this process very clear. Like when you start taking lessons and after 2 months, you are like, I don't see any results. And then you're like, okay, but 2 months is like too, it's not too much time. I don't know if there is like a clear amount of time in which all the languages start to pay off.
Hmm. Maybe it's like when we are a child and I don't know how time takes you to learn how to talk, but it's like a long time
Yeah.
until you have like six maybe or five.
Yeah, years. Well, 6 depends on the child,
Yes.
but yeah, 6 or 7 years maybe. I agree on that. And also, it's everything related to the level of stress,
Yeah.
the mind at that moment that you are speaking. But yeah, excellent, Holly. Well, I want you to revise these phrases and then you can write something short about your life, about your 2025, because this was like, I imagined like a student at the end of the year, like collapsed.
Yeah.
But you can apply all these phrasal verbs into your case and tell me about your 2025 for next class,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
because these are too many phrasal verbs.
Homework.
Yeah, homework. Um, well, in January, you don't, in February, are you going to prepare some exams for February?
No. I start classes I think on April, so I'm
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, I forgot that. That is a very good situation about, yeah, being at tertiary level is in Argentina, I guess. No,
Yeah.
yeah, tertiary level.
Yes.
I'm confused. Yeah, you start lessons in April, but you
Because
don't have final exams. I mean, you
no.
passed everything.
Yes.
My goodness, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very good news. Well, you have a lot of time to rest. So I'm going
Yes.
to think about more phrases and more idioms to use. But then you need to take a level test because I guess that you are achieving, you are in the middle of B2, but I don't know where exactly in B2. But we need to
Okay.
add phrasal verbs and idioms.
Yes. I
But
want to do that because I never did a test level, so sometimes it's like, what level am I?
okay, let me find some link. It takes you like half an hour, like a very complete test.
Okay.
But there you see your real level.
Okay.
Let me find one and then I send it to you. Well,
Okay.
thank you, Juli. Enjoy your holidays and see you again on Friday.
Okay, Valen. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.